going to see the inheritance in C++, which is also a part of OOP, which we discussed in first video. So inheritance is the process of obtaining the data members and methods from one class to another class, which is known as inheritance. So it is one of the fundamental features of the object-oriented programming. So let's discuss some important parts about the inheritance. So inheritance, the class which is given the data member and method, is known as the base or super or the parent class. So the class which is taking the data members and the method is known as sub or derived class. So here are the syntax. Here is the syntax of the inheritance, like class, we have subclass underscore name, we have then colon sign, then superclass, then underscore the name. So data members, and we have to put the methods. There are some real life examples of the inheritance in C++. So what are the real life examples? Which is known as the child and parents. So all the properties of the fathers are inherited by his son. So we have the example, practical example here, like we can see there is a lion and the lioness, or the son. So a lion said, son, I am the base class, so they inherit, and dad, I am a derived class, which is told by his son. So we have the diagrams which have faculty, which in faculty we have the data members and methods, is known as our base class. Then we inherit it with the student. In student we have data members and methods, data members which represent the logic, logically represented, and methods which is the derived class. So in above diagram, data members and the methods are represented in the broken lines, are inherited from faculty class as they are visible in the student class logic. So when and why we use inheritance in C++? So we use inheritance in C++ for the reusability of code from the existence of the class. So C++ strongly support the concept of reusability. Reusability is yet another essential feature of the OOP. So it is always good to reuse something that already exists rather than trying to create the one that is already present, and it saves the time and increases reliability. We all know. So we use inheritance in the C++ when both the class in the program have the same logical domain, and when we want the class to use the properties of its superclass along with its properties. For example, there is a base class of the or the parent class which is known as animal, or we named it as animals, and there is a child class which named as dog. So here dog is an animal. So in dog class they all have all the common properties of the animals, should class should be there, so along with the properties of dog animal. Let's discuss about the advantages of the inheritance. So if we develop an application using the concept, that then that the application have the following advantages. So application develop the time is less because we use inheritance in it, and it increase the reliability and decrease the time. So it takes the less memory, as we don't create new one, we create or we add some data in the existing one, so it takes the less memory. Next, application execution time is less because we don't need to create it from the initial. Okay, next we have the application performance is enhanced or improved. Redundancy means the copy or duplication of data or the repetition of the code is decreased or minimized. It decrease the error, it decreases the chances of error that come in our code, so that we get consistent result and the less storage cost. So we have some types of inheritance based on the number of the ways inheriting the features of the base class into the derived class. Base class, what is base class? Base class is known as the parent class. We also know is super class or parent class or base class. These all classes are same. So whenever I use the word parent class, it means base class. Or derived class. Derived class is like we discuss in examples. So here lion son is the derived class, the son of the lion, okay, which inherited from the lion. So it's known as derived class. We have 5 types of inheritance, which is single inheritance, multiple inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, hybrid inheritance, and multiple inheritance. Okay, single inheritance, as its name shows, it's a single. Multiple, we have multiple inheritance. Hierarchical is the tree structure, and hybrid is also a mixture of these. So we discussed this in we discuss the type of inheritance in our next class, in our next lecture. So that's it for today. Thank you guys.